Hey crafters, I just want to show you how I made this flower, this 3D flower for my blog the other day. I did have a request, so I'm going to show you how to do that. What I am using is the wild card, the flower from the wild card from page 56, and it is actually the frame button. And on my Gypsy, I created a file with flowers that arrange in quarter inch increments. So my smallest flower is a 1/2 inch, and then I went to 3/4 of an inch and an inch, and then so on until I got to about 2 inches. And then I make sure I had 2 of each flower, and now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. All of these flowers are pretty tiny, but I'm going to start inking them. I'm going to ink them on both sides, and I will show you what to do after that. Now that I have my flowers inked to the color that I desire, I'm going to bring in a mouse pad, and I'm going to show you how to do some shaping. So I'm going to start with the smallest flower, which is this one right here, and you're going to start in circles and make sure you work on each leaf. And when you do that, it naturally breaks down the fiber of the paper and it curls. So then I just kind of curl them with the center. And I do that for the next flower. And you can see that it's curling up. And sometimes I bring in a skewer just to give it some extra curl. And then do the same thing. And then bring in your skewer. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do this for maybe the next 2 sets of flowers, and then I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, now I've done that for the tiniest flowers, and then maybe, I think that's probably like 7 3/4 inch flower. Okay, now I'm going to take the next one, and this time I'm going to take my quilling tool, and I'm going to put my fingers around it, and I'm just going to pinch just to get the leaves moving to one direction. And we're going to do the same thing. Take it around, pinch, all the way around. It takes time to make all these tiny little flowers, but they turn out so adorable. Okay, now I'm going to take the next set and do the same thing. And you can make this flower as big as you want or as tiny as you want. For my purpose, I really wanted something to go on my matchbox, so this size was perfect for me. And of course, you could do this with regular cardstock of any color. I decided to do white so I can do some shading. Just easier that way. Have more control. Okay, now for the biggest flowers, I'm going to take it and curl it the opposite way. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some quick dry adhesive and basically just stack the flowers on top of each other. and you want to off-center the flowers. Okay, so if those were going down, make sure that your next set is going up. And I like to do them by groups. So whichever direction they were going in, I do all those first and then I stack them. Just probably easier that way. Okay, so take your largest flower, that will be on the bottom. Take your center flower, middle flower I should say, do the same. Okay, so far we got a tiny flower. Now for the tiny flowers, you're going to do the exact same thing. Add some adhesive to the center. I don't know if that came out. Ooh, too much. Share the love. Okay, I'm going to share the love really fast. And put that in the center of that one. And then that one goes into the center of that one. And then just don't forget to keep curling your flower around. And for the tiny ones, I think I want the darkest one out in the back. And it's just easier if you have a tool that has a nice pointy edge or end, and then you can just use it to place your flower wherever you need it to go. Okay, and the last thing I've done, I added some beads to the center. You can add anything you want to the center. If you made this flower really big, it would be pretty with a button, or so I'm just going to add some beads, some yellow beads to the center. I'm going to move them around so they're inside the glue. And so this part's not stuck down yet. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue, and I'm going to take my quilling tool and stick it in the center. And there's my flower. You can make this for any project, and anyone would appreciate your beautiful flower, your homemade beautiful flower. If you have any questions, please let me know.